While loop is a condition control loop. A condition control loop executes the code within its scope repeatedly as long as the condition is true. Let's take a look at this program. The program asks for a number as an input and prints hello that many times. Observe the syntax closely. I've written this condition on the number variable saying number greater than 0. Inside the scope of while loop, I printed hello. Observe what I have immediately. I am decreasing the number value by 1. So the current value of number is 4. The loop goes back to while and checks if number is greater than 0 again. It is, so it prints hello again. Now the number is 3, then 2, then 1, and 0. This is when the condition becomes false and the program exits the while loop. Totally, the while loop repeated 5 times, resulting in printing hello 5 times. Now, I'll make a slight modification to this program. Inside the while loop, I will deliberately remove the line of code that decrements the number variable. Would you like to guess what would happen? Let's find out by running this program. I've entered 5 as input, so the number is now 5. 5 is greater than 0, so the program enters the while loop, prints hello, and comes back to while to check the condition again. 5 is greater than 0, so it enters again and keeps repeating till eternity. We just managed to create an infinite loop. Here are a couple of things you should keep in mind while writing a while loop. The condition you write has to be true for your program to enter the while loop. After entering the while loop, you have to update the variable involved in the condition such that when your objective is achieved, it would set the condition to false and exit the while loop. Let's take a look at this program which would not accept the score that is less than 0 or greater than 100. This is called input validation. We are making sure the input entered by the user matches with our expectation and repeatedly prompt the user to do the same. Let's see what happens when the user inputs -10. Moving on to the compound Boolean expression in while statement, score less than 0 would be true. Score greater than 100 would be false. As one of the Boolean expressions is true, OR operator would result in true. The program enters the scope of while loop, where it prompts the user to input a valid score between 0 and 100. If the user enters 90, the Boolean expression score less than 0 would be false. The Boolean expression score greater than 100 would also be false. Hence, the program will break out of the while loop and displays entered score 90. Alright, now pay close attention to this program which computes the running total of the entered numbers. I'm showing you a successful run of this program first. The user is prompted after entering each number to input Y for yes or N for no to continue entering numbers. As long as the user enters Y, the program loops. When N is entered, the program stops. Now let us examine the code of this program in depth. To keep the loop going, we can have a variable name keep_going assigned with character Y. I'm also creating a variable total and assigning it with 0. The condition to be satisfied for entering the while loop is that keep_going variable should be the character Y. As the value in keep underscore going variable is character y, this condition is satisfied and the program enters the scope of the while loop. The program takes an integer as the input from the user and adds it to the variable total. The result is reassigned back to the variable total. This way, the running total in every repetition of the loop is accumulated in the variable total. The next step is to display the running total, after which the program will prompt the user to input y or n. If the user enters y, then the condition is satisfied and the program enters the while loop again. If the user enters n, then the condition is not satisfied and the program exits the while loop. Let us wrap up this lecture on while loops by discussing sentinels. Sentinels are special values that mark the end of a sequence of values. If you look at the execution of previous program, you would see that it gets annoying for the user to constantly type y each time the user wants to enter a number. For programs that involve data entry, it is implied that the user will enter a lot of values. Hence, we can dedicate a sentinel value that will only be entered when trying to exit the loop. You must make sure that this sentinel value is unique and would not show up in the data you're trying to enter. For instance, here is the modified program for computing running total of scores that are always positive. Hence, we can use -1 as a sentinel. Here is a test run of this program. While loops let us write powerful set of programs, and I hope you master writing them.